Let's have a little fun here. Let's have a little fun here. All right, so the 49ers and the Green Bay Packers, the history of the two teams, okay? If I just said to you, before you get into the specifics, Niners, Packers, playoffs, what comes to mind?
Oh,
no specifics.
Desmond Howard, Antonio Freeman, T.O., Jerry Rice fumbling, T.O. dropping a bunch of passes, Jeff Garcia throwing an interception down. What are they down in that football game? 18-15, wild card game, Green Bay. I think it was Mike McKenzie in the corner, or was it Al Harris? Tipped the ball from T.O. Green Bay goes out to score. Ahmad Green from Nebraska.
Yeah, number 30.
Killed us. They win 25-15. And this is no Google. I'll close the laptop. What else comes to mind? Oh, obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo throwing 8 times and Raheem Mostert running for over 200 yards.
And George Kittle right before halftime?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Regular season game. Smoking him. And then the caller calling the postgame show. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Niners won 37-8, but there's some warning signs here. Like, what are you talking about? We just won 37-8. Remember that guy in Oakland? I'll never forget it at the Hilton Hotel.
All right, first time they faced each other in the playoffs. It was a 1995 Saturday.
Oh, Saturday afternoon.
Divisional playoff round. What happened, Bonta?
Candlestick Park. Niners fell behind, I believe, 21-0. Adam Walker fumbled on the swing route. He had the big cast on his arm. Niners got smoked. Remember, they lost the last regular season game against the Atlanta Falcons that season, which cost them home field advantage, gave Dallas a number 1 seed. Green Bay came in 13, 14-point favorites. Mike Holmgren making his return to San Francisco. Antonio Freeman, Brett Favre, they got destroyed. Steve Young looked befuddled. Fritz Shurmur was the defense coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. Fritz Shurmur, the father or uncle of Pat Shurmur, and he had this great zone concept where they doubled Jerry Rice everywhere they went, and they smoked the Niners. Derek Lavelle was the starting running back, by the way.
And didn't Adam Walker fumble in that game?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah. I'm glad we brought that up. Yeah. All right, 1996, okay, a year later. They had the Monday night game, 2023.
Don Beebe got touched.
Totally agree with you on that one. Was that Mike Rump who touched him?
Antonio Lego,
or was it Marquez
Rump.
Pope?
Marquez Pope touched him.
And then, so 1996, divisional playoff game at Green Bay, Saturday, January the 4th. What happened in that game?
So Steve Young came into the game with broken ribs, basically. He had to wear a flak jacket because they beat the Eagles the week before 14-0. 14-0 Candlestick Park. Beat the Eagles. It was a nasty game, but Steve Young got his ribs broke on a touchdown going into the goal line. So he comes out there, flak jacket, could not go. Just was terrible in that game. So Elvis Gerbach replaced him, but Desmond Howard stole the show with 2 punt returns in the mud at Lambeau Field, and the Packers went on to beat the Niners. I believe the score was 35-14. 35-14, I think.
It was 35-14.
Yep.
The very next year, third time meeting in a row, 1997. NFC Championship game, Sunday, January 11th.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers at San Francisco. What happens?
Yeah, we got smoked. Antonio Freeman just smoked Rod Woodson right before halftime. I believe the score was like 30-10.
23-10.
23-10. It was 23-3. The only reason why we scored a touchdown was because Chuck Levy returned the kickoff late in the football game. We got smoked. We had no shot in that football game. Jerry Rice got hurt in that. No, that was the next year. Yeah, we got beat down in that game.
Right, you're doing good.
Wasn't even close.
4th time in a row. 1998 wild card game.
T.O.
January 3rd. Green Bay Packers at Candlestick.
Yeah, T.O.
After dropping a bunch of passes
about
in the
5 passes. Darnell Walker, I believe, had 2 interceptions in the football game, but Brett Favre and company were able to score a touchdown. Steve Young stumbles, throws to T.O. Now, a couple plays before that, Jerry Rice fumbled.
He did.
However, that season, the NFL went away from instant replay. So he was rolled down on the ground. It was obvious that he fumbled. Now, don't forget, Garrison Hurst had a monster game. Monster game. Ran hard. And I believed, Niners got the monkey off their back. They're going to go to the Georgia Dome next week, beat up on the Falcons. But what happened the next week? Garrison Hurst gets hurt on the first play of the game, tears his knee up on the turf. Terry Kirby has to play running back full time. Niners lose. I think 20-18 at the Georgia Dome next week.
All right, 2001, the 5th time the Packers and Niners have faced each other. Basically, 5 times in 6-7 years here in the playoffs. 2001 NFC wildcard game. Jeff Garcia is the quarterback. What happened?
Yeah, they lost 25-15, as we just mentioned. Mooch and company back in the playoffs. They were up at the half, 7-6. They're actually up at the half in this football game, 7-6. T.O. company, Jeff Garcia, they're going in. Down 18-15, feeling good. They're humming. Jeff Garcia on a first down, I believe it was a 1st and 10. Got greedy, went deep down the field to T.O. down the right sideline. It was either Al Harris or Mike McKenzie. I can't remember the corner. Tips it. They intercept it. Green Bay goes out and milks the clock. They score. They win 25-15. And it's like, damn, we still can't beat Brett Favre.
God, I love this. Bonta the Brainiac. Now we got to go flash forward after the Packers have now won a championship with the guy we wanted to be the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. They head in to Candlestick Park, and we've got Colin Kaepernick, and it's the divisional round playoff game, Saturday, January 12th, the final playoff home game at Candlestick.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Colin Kaepernick game. And really, we didn't know how Kaepernick was going to respond. He threw a pick six. It was 7-0. 7-0. Now, remember, I was trying to wait on that, and they did a live look-in because the Broncos and Ravens was still going on. Now, I know you went to that game.
Yes.
I was at the house. Ravens-Broncos was still going on, the Mile High Miracle with Joe Flacco. That same day, he threw a deep pass to Jacoby Jones. They win in overtime, so we had to wait. So then we got the live look-in. Kaepernick throws a pick six. I'm like, oh, my gosh. He is so nervous. We're about to lose to the Green Bay Packers at home, to Aaron Rodgers, because it was the first time we saw Aaron Rodgers after all the debate.
Yes.
We should have drafted Aaron Rodgers over Alex Smith. And then Kaepernick went crazy. What did he rush for, 181?
Yeah, and Rocco, after 2 possessions, turns to me and says, he will run for 200 today if they stay dedicated to the run. I go, what are you talking about? And he damn near ran for 200.
Did.
Clay Matthews got his soul taken multiple times in that game.
He did.
Well, he also tried to whap Kaepernick the following year in the opening game near the sideline. Joe Staley wasn't having none of it.
No, Kaepernick threw for over 400 yards in that football game.
200 to Anquan.
Yep, 200 to Anquan in his 49ers debut. But Kaepernick went crazy. Frank Gore had a big game. Niners win. What was the final? Was it 45-38 or
45-31?
45-31.
They hung 45 on that team.
45-31.
All right, the very next year, Niners go to Green Bay. Harbaugh's in the entire 17 khakis, black polo outfit. What happens in that game?
I don't remember the score, but it was 0 degrees and Kaepernick was 23-20. All right. Game-winning field goal. Niners win. Crabtree had a great catch for a touchdown in that football game.
He was called the greatest vice grip hands in the history of the NFL by Harbaugh.
Kaepernick, no sleeves on, no sleeves on. They go to beat Green Bay. It's under green weather. The Frank Gore block. Not only that, did they the next week they'll go to Carolina. They beat Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers when Kaepernick scored and did the Superman in Cam's house. And then, of course, we know what happened at the end of that season.
All right, the 8th time that they played, the 2019 season in the playoffs, what happened? 2019, 8th time Niners Packers.
What was this, 37-21 or something like that?
37-20.
37-20.
Bonta the Brainiac. It's
37-20. Raheem Mostert rushing for over 200 yards. And I was fighting with everybody. Oh, Shanahan kept Jimmy Garoppolo from pooping on himself. I'm saying to myself, well, you're average 7 yards a carry. Why would I pass the football? Keep Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams off the football field. They ran the ball down their throats over and over and over again. By the way, Tevin Coleman got hurt in that football game. Very underrated injury at that point of the season. But the Niners rolled over the Packers. It felt like a party walking into that football game because I was more worried about the Vikings game. The Packers, it felt like a coronation. It felt like we were headed to South Beach, Miami.
Aaron Rodgers quit in the second quarter of that game.
He quit.
There's no doubt in my mind he quit. He tapped out of wanting to play in that game.
And that was the second time the Niners beat the Packers that year.
Okay. 2021 season, it was 2022 in terms of January. Niners, Packers at Lambeau. What happened?
13-10, the greatest special teams day in the 49ers franchise history. Jordan Willis blocking a punt, Hufanga with the blocked field goal, or was it the other way around? I forget. But one of the most underrated plays, down, what was it, 7-3 or 7-0. Garoppolo, for some reason, forces a pass. He throws an interception. We're saying, oh, no, he did it again. Aaron Jones caught a screen pass, and he breaks a long one. Who was it?
It was Jaquaski Tart who hustled on down.
Hustled and saved the touchdown. Saved the touchdown right before half. Nobody ever talks about it. Saves the touchdown. They forced Green Bay to go for a field goal, and they blocked the field goal going into halftime. The Niners win 13-10 to advance to the NFC title game.
My favorite play in that entire game was seeing Trent Williams go over in motion as Deebo Samuel's getting the ball on, I believe, 3rd and 7 or whatever to set up a field goal attempt. Everyone on the planet knew Deebo was getting it. We had no running game at that point. Oh, God, what a game.
What a game.
Half his arm is hanging off his elbow because
it was an unbelievable game. One of the key plays, 3rd and 7. They run the ball right up the middle. He gets a first down. They bleed the clock. Trent Williams with a great block, going in motion.
Yes.
Remember, he went in motion and just laid a Packer
high
out.
Ankle sprain.
Yeah, with yeah, exactly. So that was a very, very fun game on a Saturday. A Saturday after the Niners beat the Cowboys down in Jerry's World. We thought about flying up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Then I had COVID, so I couldn't go. And tickets were cheap, too. Tickets were cheap. That's when I caught COVID in Texas.
10.
Or maybe I brought COVID down to Texas.
We're up to the 10th time, Niners-Packers. All in the last 30 years.
All the last 30 years.
It's pretty incredible.
And I still get scarred. Despite the Niners winning 4 straight games against the Green Bay Packers, I still fear that G on the helmet. When the G comes in, because they did beat the Niners in the regular season in 2022. Remember that? Bad clock management by Shanahan, bad kickoff.
The Devontae Adams unbelievable catch. And then don't forget the COVID year, the Richie James game. I was pissed that we had like 20 guys out there.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football. It was a joke.